The purpose of Future Farming Landscapes was to create a fund that would deliver environmental, social and financial returns. This aligned with the aims of Vic Super, who wanted to invest in something tangible in Victoria that affected change.
Being able to acquire 9,000 hectares has been really significant for us, because at that scale you can start to make sensible decisions about what to do in some parts of that landscape as opposed to others.
Sitting down with families and planning their next step in life. You know, it wasn't just a purchase, it was a facilitation exercise for people who had changed were going to change what they were doing for the previous 30 years to the next step.
We're under no illusions that we were dealing with farm assets that were denuded in state in respect to both soils, also their native vegetation cover. Unless you look after the underlying resource base, the soil, the vegetation, the water, then ultimately you're not going to have a sustainable investment. And certainly where you've got water, you've got life.
The things I'm most proud of in relation to this project is the fact that what we set out to do back then, we're still doing today. You know, the whole idea of generating returns by creating products that were going to be useful to irrigators and give them an alternative way to access water than either owning entitlement or buying allocation in the market is just as powerful today as it was when we put that concept to Vic Super in 2008. And you know, it's powerful for a number of reasons. It's powerful both in terms of the financial returns that it can generate, but it's also powerful in terms of connection, where we're integrating ourselves into irrigation communities and working with irrigators to help them solve problems in relation to how they were going to access their water requirements.
No staff member is ever inducted without taking a visit to the landscape. So if they're managing the finances for the property development, they're actually saying, I can see the SDI or the subsurface drip irrigation. I can see what pivot looks like.
We've got tremendous experience on all of the aspects that manage water today, right through from our ability to access and interpret outlooks for weather, which is an enormous determinant in terms of how we develop our ongoing strategy, through to the systems that we employ to both manage all of the contractual arrangements we have with customers and our obligations in relation to the products we have in the market.
And we've been surrounded and been very diligent about surrounding ourselves with good people. That's extended from the back office out onto farms. We have a terrific group of people that manage our farms. They believe they're doing their job to service an outcome that's bigger than them, but they take full responsibility for it. And that's not an easy thing to engender. People have to believe what you're doing and believe in the outcome you're trying to achieve to get that buy-in.
When you see that result, yeah, it's a very satisfying thing. We've shown it, we've demonstrated it. I don't think there's any reason why it can't be replicated.
The biggest change is the soils, and the soils are the key to the whole of agriculture. We've really got things happening there now. You can see it in the tomatoes, you can see it in the cotton. You know, it's getting really exciting because all the things we thought or we wanted to happen are happening. We've
been able to put together an environmental account of the condition of our natural assets, condition of our soils, condition of our native vegetation. We can now report that.
We really push to get yield and to get return on capital because one funds the other.
I wouldn't have necessarily thought we'd end up with the massive amount of change we've delivered and the yield improvements we've got. We're delivering returns to investors. They're returns based on an impact investment where we are delivering massive social change but social benefits and significant ecosystem protection benefits and just an extraordinary transformation of agricultural output.